morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to be looking at Gardevoir VMAX. And let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, right, we know that Gardevoir was going to get a VMAX. Gardevoir was always going to get a VMAX. It's Gardevoir. Gardevoir always gets the chase cards, so as my friend Primal Lugia put it, at least we've got Gardevoir out the way now so we can start getting some more original VMAXs. I still love Gardevoir though. Come at me, bro, I suppose. So Gardevoir then, our translations do come from the lovely Antoine Boulet, one of my very favourite people in the Pokemon community, and I've made no secret of that. And starting off with the basics, the retreat cost of 2 is really good because you've got Air Balloon, which gives you free retreat. That's quite nice. Oh no, wait, you're weak to metal. Yeah, you see, fairy Pokemon might have gone away, but now Pokemon that should be fairy Pokemon are psychic Pokemon with a weakness to metal. And Zacian V is a thing. And Zacian V is the best attacker in the game at the moment. I showed you Centiskorch VMAX a moment ago and I said, hey look, it hits weakness on Zacian, that is awesome. But you have weakness to Zacian and that is terrible. It means even the VMAX, because you hit 230 with Zacian. And they've got the ability and Metal Saucer, so it's not exactly a slow Pokemon. This is not great. You are going to have to navigate the fact you're weak to Zacian. That is a very bad thing. You do have Weakness Guard energy that you can use to take away your weakness, but really does need to be stated that your weakness is horrific. 210 HP is fine. It's about what we expect for Pokemon V. It's not particularly low or particularly high. And being a psychic Pokemon is quite nice. It means you got access to Spell Tag. If you get KO'd, you get to drop 4 damage counters, which is pretty good. It means that you've got Mysterious Treasure to help search you out, which is quite good. It means that you've got Malamar to accelerate some energy, although most of these tricks are going away. All those free cards I just mentioned, we are expecting to rotate out in September, and this is a set that we are expecting to get in August, though no rotation has currently been confirmed. Something to bear in mind as we go through the cards from Explosive Walker, it is important to remember that we are expecting a rotation on the 1st of September to team up on. You are, however, hitting weakness on Mewtwo and Mew, and that's not rotating, and that's an excellent weakness to be hitting. So what does it do? Well, the first attack needs no translation, 1 Psychic Energy, 30 damage. And we looked at an attack that did 30 for 1 Psychic Energy recently, and here's what I'll tell you. You get a 1-hit KO on Mew from Unbroken Bonds. That's a really good Pokemon that sees a lot of play because it protects the bench and should continue to see a lot of play. So that's a really good thing. We like getting a 1-hit KO on Mew. That's lovely. Evolving Pokemon as well. I mean, Inkay for the time being, but even when that rotates, there will be other 60 HP evolving Psychic Pokemon. That's essentially what we've got here. And 30 is good. When we looked at Centiskorch, it was 20 damage, and 20 damage ain't that relevant. But at least there will be 60 HP Pokemon that are weak to Psychic you'll get a KO on. It's not a reason to play the card. Absolutely not. But it is very much a bonus. You'll get the odd cheeky KO with this. That's kind of lovely. But I suppose we probably need to spend a bit more time on the second attack. And the second attack is really good. 2 Psychic, 1 Colorless Energy. If this Pokemon healed this turn, this attack does 80 more damage after 120 base. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty gosh darn good, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty gosh darn good. 200 for free energy is just plain good. It means you'll be destroying Mewtwo and Mew. You don't get a 1-hit KO initially with just the 120. It means you'll be taking out all basic GXs, things like Blacephalon, for instance. It means you'll be taking out anything that's weak. It means you'll be getting some Pokemon V. So, something like a Tapu Koko V, for instance, will be going down in 1 hit to this. You're not getting all the Pokemon V. There's plenty that have over 200, but you will be getting some of them. And you can always add Vitality Band to go up to 210, and Vitality Band will let you hit relevant numbers. There are a bunch of Pokemon V that have 210. So this is quite nice. I like this attack. And as for the healing isn't a problem. I mean, a lot of you probably went straight to Indeedee V here. That's where I went straight to. Indeedee V's got an ability. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. Oh. And I should mention at this stage, Indeedee V shows us something very important about wanting to play Gardevoir. It is only Psychic Pokemon that come through with a Metal weakness. You can play a bunch of other Psychic Pokemon. They'll generally be weak to Darkness, and you won't necessarily be one-hit KO'd by Zacian, though maybe Indeedee V's not the best example of this, given that it's got less than 230 HP, and will, in fact, be one-hit KO'd by Zacian. But don't be upset, lots of things are. Of course, not everything that is one-hit KO'd by Zacian gives up free prizes, so that's why we're a little bit worried here. But we can cover our weakness, is my point. I like this attack, and there's plenty of other things we can do to heal. You could use mixed herbs to do a little bit of healing. I mean, you could literally just use potion. It's not the best healing ever, but you could. Now, another thing we need to point out here, you only do this if you're healing. So one good option you could do here is try and get yourself a little bit of self-damage so that you can then heal up if you haven't been hit yet. I'm basically thinking Rainbow Energy. Now, this is where Indeedee comes in so nicely. You attach Rainbow Energy, you take 10 damage, then you heal up with Indeedee, and you've still got full HP, but now you're hitting the extra damage. You don't need to play this because we've got Gardevoir VMAX, but if you want to use this attack, you're going to need to chuck in some healing. When you do free energy, 200 damage, that's not bad. And if you're not being one-hit KO'd by Zacian, or I suppose anything else, then this can actually last you a little while. The energy worries me a little bit. At the moment, we've got Malamar, and we've even got Lunala Prism Star, but they're both going away when the rotation hits, so I worry that we're not actually going to be able to accelerate the energy that easily. Though for the time being, we will. Moving over into the VMAX, and we go up to 320 HP, which is fine. It's about right. It's generally what they have. Same retreat cost, same weakness, all of that. Free energy, 180. Heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. Now, we don't love the 180 damage, because 180 doesn't get that many Pokemon V. You'll need a Vitality Band just to get a Victini V, for instance. Yeah, that's not terribly impressive. You'll get most basic GXs, and you'll get most non-GX, non-V, your single prize Pokemon, and you'll get the odd weak Pokemon V, but you're not getting tag teams, you're not getting most Pokemon V, and you're only just 2-hit KOing a bunch of VMAXs. Damage-wise, this is very much a 2-hit KO attack. Simple as that. This is a 2-hit KO attack, which makes Gardevoir a healing Pokemon. Gardevoir V does more damage if you've been healing, and Gardevoir VMAX heals. So it really is as simple as, this is a healing Pokemon. It is a Pokemon you want to use to heal, and that's what it does, and that's okay. When you get up to 320 HP, unless you're being hit for weakness, and I've mentioned you do have the worst weakness in the game right now, but if you're not being hit for weakness, you are going to survive a little while. And if you can heal up, you can be golden. And we've got stuff like Indeedee, and we've got stuff like Mixed Herbs, and we've got stuff like Mallow and Lana, and it's a card that's going to get its own video in a little while, but I should probably give a very quick shout out at this stage to a new item card, which is coming in the set. It is Suspicious Can, and if you've got a Pokemon with Psychic Energy attached, you may discard it and heal 80 damage. And between that and Indeedee and Mallow and Lana and all that good stuff, you're going to be healing an awful lot of damage here. So you can make this work. I get very nervous when I think about using a Pokemon with the worst weakness in the game as a healing Pokemon, But I think the format we're in at the moment, you've got to just accept the fact that you're not going to be only playing Gardevoir. You will need other things. You cannot just go Gardevoir. You're going to have to go Gardevoir, but then cover your weakness with other stuff. It's got to be done. But if you do that, I don't see much reason why this wouldn't be successful. I don't see why you couldn't make this work. We've got some good healing options. We're getting some better healing options. And you heal yourself. There is a lot going on here. I don't know. I feel like this could work. I feel like this could be a really good deck as long as you've got some other stuff to cover for your weakness. So I'm going to go ahead and give it between 3 and 4 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies. That would be barbaric. I like it. I'm nervous. Healing deck with terrible weakness makes me nervous. But I'd like to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, me nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are pretty gosh darned awesome nonetheless. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.